This is KritzKast.
Hey! I'm listening, keep on going. Hello everybody, welcome to KritzKast, the Team Fortress 2 podcast. My name is Aggro. We are very pleased to say that we finally made it to episode 400. I have got so much coffee you would not believe. It's in a very large cup, and I'll be sipping on it or supping on it as the episode evolves. Together with myself, I also have with me my co-host of KritzKast, Kronos. How you doing?
Well, I just put my trumpet away because I'm deciding to retire it after my illustrious career of 30 seconds with it. Otherwise, I'm sitting here in a room filled with a desk and a table I have not assembled behind me. I just ate an orange.
Excellent.
I don't need to poop.
Okay, look. Together with you and your orange and my coffee and the two of us together, like...
Water.
This is episode 400. What kind of an episode would it be if we didn't have a special guest? And we do have a special guest. We have a gentleman who is known throughout the land, throughout the greater area of Wisconsin. It's near Wisconsin, but it's slightly to the west of that.
What?
I don't know. North America, the world, the galaxy, Mars. He is a gentleman of the universe. He is known to us as ArraySeven.
In all my years of living, I've never had anyone make an intro quite like that. I am lost for words in both beauty and horror. Seriously.
In equal measure. Well, guys, we need to get on with the show. There's a lot to talk about this week. There's been an update. Fantastic. There is KK400, which is this, so we don't really need to say anything about that.
Listening to. Yeah. Hey, we're the news. And we decided that we're the news.
Yes, well, actually, I mean, there is a little bit to listen to on that, in as much as we've started doing YouTube. Way! And we need your help. But also, there is ArraySeven, and we want to smother him with kindness and glory and talk about him endlessly for at least a few minutes. But the Saxies are the most important thing that happened this week, and we will get onto that in just a few moments. For right now, though, there was an update.
Yay!
Yay!
Good. Is there anything good in the update?
Fixing
I'm
stuff.
deliberately not saying anything, so please take it away, Connors.
No. Okay, there's something I'd like to point out about this update, okay?
Right.
Okay.
So a while ago, there was this post on Reddit, right? And it said that the people who made the unusual effects that are used in game, right? They get nothing. They don't even get a I think they get a self-made, like, of the hat that they made or something like that. But the people who make unusuals, they don't get anything, right?
Yeah, that's really harsh.
Yeah, but if you look down here, like halfway down, it says added the unusual cap to be used for granting a self-made unusual cap to unusual particle effect contributors. I do not want to say unusual again. I hate that word so much.
You said it an unusual amount of times in that unusual sentence.
But anyway, it just goes to show that, Valve kind of is listening. Not a lot, mind you, but they are listening, And I can respect that. Yeah, it's progress. We're getting somewhere.
It's finally happened, folks.
They essentially didn't have, like, the people who made these unusuals essentially didn't even get the pat on the back, per se, other than going onto random servers saying, I made that! Yeah, right,
pretty
whatever.
much.
So,
that's
cool.
it.
And how would anyone know that they made that? I mean, I could go onto a random server and go, I made that! In fact, I have gone onto random servers and people have accused me of making the degreaser. So yes, I know the pain. So yeah, that's cool. I think the thing that I wanted to bring up was the fact that they've gone and done the whole Team Talk, Grave Talk thing.
Yeah.
So if you don't know, if it's your first time that you've ever listened to KritzKast or the first time you ever played Team Fortress 2, Grave Talk.
First off, why are you listening to the 400th episode of this podcast?
Well, why not? It's the first one that's going to be on YouTube. That's why. Other than episode 300, which I can't remember why that's up there. Anyway, so Grave Talk, when you die, in voice, or even, I don't know whether it's just typing or whether you're speaking it. No, but it's typing, isn't it? So when you die, people can't hear you type. There's a book in there somewhere.
I think you mean to say that you cannot see their text, because I generally can't hear people typing anyway unless they have their mic up too loud.
Okay, they can't see what you've said in the typing.
Right. Yeah.
But with Grave Talk enabled, it means that when you type something, people who could have seen it had you have been alive can see it. So it's like you're alive, but it shows up. This is being written by a dead person, I think.
Right.
Now, people who are dead can see it, but I mean, nobody else can. Like, it just sees like little asterisk, dead asterisk at the bottom, you know. And if you see dead like the dead asterisk kind of thing on the left side of your name when you type, that means like anyone who's not dead. Yeah, exactly.
The dead asterisk.
The dead asterisks.
I understand why it was originally in place. It's because the old legacy of, these FPSs where it was conceivable that back in ye olden times, it would be quicker and more likely for you to, to get killed by a thing and go, fuck, that guy has a, very large thing around the corner here. You got to watch out for that. So you couldn't just tell other people.
It's a very large thing and he's hiding around the corner.
You want to know about that regardless, right? Point.
Watch out for his thing.
Watch out for that thing. Essentially, it was because back then that was a thing that people could do. Nowadays, with the whole advent of people talking into microphones and then the internet magically making the microphone unmicrophone bit on the other end, unmake the sound. That was a sentence. That kind of doesn't hold up as well nowadays. So
yeah, and people are using Discord. They use external devices. It doesn't make any sense to hold us back from this.
Right.
That's cool. They've done a few sort of other things, color corrections not working. Or I'm trying to look through for something exciting that's happened.
It's a bunch of bug fixes stuff.
Yeah,
fixing invisible weapons on other players when they've recently changed loadout. Strange map filters displaying wrong map names and descriptions.
Yeah, I'm cool with the bug fixes. I'm totally cool with these bug fixes. I'm totally cool with that for an update. That's necessary. That's all.
Don't get me wrong. It's just not super exciting, but it's a necessary thing that has to happen regardless.
What I would very much like to see is a pictorial representation of these bug fixes. Bug fixes? Bug fixes. I want to see the before and after of what it was that's changed. I know it's picking. I know it's going to add intensely to everything that Valve have to do, and there's only 2 of them working on the updates anyway. But I'd like to see it. I want to satisfy that moment where they fix something, and I can't even imagine what it was like when it's broken.
Right.
Yeah, but how are you going to take a picture of updated the spawn and death sound for Monoculus and Marasmus? You can't.
That's what YouTube is for.
Take a picture of that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
An animated GIF.
Essentially, you're asking someone at Valve to go to the previous version of the code, really quickly set up a situation where that happens, and by really quickly, I mean probably 10 or 20 minutes, depending on how long it takes for them to get the software to do it.
One.
Record that, upload that, and then multiply that by, the 20 or 30 things here. So they would not have any time anymore to actually do the updates at that point.
What you fail to understand here is that I'm middle management, and I demand useless information that has no purpose on anything except to slow progress down. That is the entirety of my existence, just to slow progress down. So
you're the guy who wanted the photometrics from that one job I did recently. All right, got it. I hate you.
I know you finished, but now I want you to do everything in felt tip pen. Because it's going to be slightly worse, and everything will bleed into everything else. But I demand that for my satisfaction. Yes. So that was the update.
Yeah, there it is.
Who's stuff in there
in all its glory?
Indeed. In fact, they did a few things on the MVM. I like that. That's kind of worthy of notice that they're still fiddling on it.
Chapelaria 6v6 tournament melts for season 1. I don't have any knowledge what Chapelaria is.
I can't even find it. Is that in the middle?
It's just underneath the unusual cap thing. Yeah, it's in the middle. Yeah. It's here because I can do
was
that.
Hidden. Chapelaria, you're right. I can't even pronounce it, let alone... let me Google that for you.
Yo, Google, what's this thing I've heard about from all the earwebs called the Chapelaria 6v6? Because something about it's season 1 and they got a medal for it.
Google my homie.
And it's porn. Okay, nope.
So that was something.
I'm sorry, I really like that.
Yeah. So we're glad, happy that those happened. There's a bunch of fixes in there, and all awesome. Congratulations, Valve. You're doing work, and we appreciate it.
Yay!
there's a whole bunch of other people out there who are doing work, in particular, SFM creators and voiceover people and people who write scripts and people who direct stuff and people who organize people to finally get things done in a timely manner. And of course, we're talking about the Saxy Awards. The Saxies this year, I can honestly say, like, of all of the years combined, this is the best represented. Like, the people who have created stuff for the Saxies really, really want to win.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh my god.
As opposed to previous years where they're just kind of like, I'll put it on my shelf next to my other award.
But no, like the previous, I think the winner last year were the aeroplane ones. Like that's set up because before it had been like individuals who just done incredible work by themselves or just set to music, but like the team that did the airplane stuff and then they went to visit Valve, like it just set up the experience, and I think people want it, just really want it, and they want to represent, and to my mind at least, like the things that I've seen that have been the most amazing are not the Team Fortress 2 stuff. I mean, a lot of TF2 stuff is good, but like the stuff that's not Team Fortress 2, the stuff that was like Left 4 Dead and the one with the bunny rabbit. Have you guys seen that one?
Bunny rabbit? I haven't seen
Bunny
that one.
rabbit?
No.
Yeah, there's one like a bunny that's a sniper. It's the Easter
God,
bunny.
It sounds amazing. A bunny sniper
it
sounds
really
amazing.
Is. Like it uses he's got a watch and it says like Canco or something. Like it's just super cute, but it's super evil. But like the animation in it is perfect. You're rooting for that rabbit, even though he desperately wants to kill someone. It's a really, really bad shot. Just the most unlucky rabbit in the world. It's such a simple thing. But it's not Team Fortress 2. And to my mind, the not Team Fortress 2...
needed? Because I remember that episode.
I'll tell you what. You guys... I'm going to go and find the bunny rabbit. What's been, like, the best of Saxies for you guys so far?
Currently I'm watching, I think... Who linked it? Timeless Thief?
Yeah,
here?
that's me. That's my favorite right there. Timeless Thief is my favorite. It's by The Winglet, who I love his stuff. It's The Winglet, and I think his name is pronounced Costamonian or something like that. His picture's like a heavy with headphones up his nose. Like, yeah, that guy.
Up his nose.
Yeah, no, I like that guy. But Timeless Thief is one of my favorites. It's just so much fun.
This is pretty good.
Yeah.
I like this. I'm glad you linked this.
The thing that I found like most precious and most wonderful about the Timeless Thief is that you can loop it.
Oh yeah,
and
that's the thing.
Why no one's done this yet, I have no idea. Like, I really hope that when like the Saxies are over, Winglet just releases like a 10-hour version of it.
Timeless Thief 10-hour loop.
Yeah, no, definitely. I would watch that for like I would leave that running and then go to bed and then wake up and then have a shower and then clean my teeth and then have breakfast and then go back to my computer. It'd still be running. It would still be running, and like the adventure would be like, oh, I think I remember this bit before I went to bed. And it's fantastic. That is such an amazing story, and one of the most difficult things with the Saxies is the fact that you've got to tell a story, or at least tell part of a story, and it's difficult because you're trying to tell a story, but it's like there's not enough time. All right, so that's the Saxies in a nutshell. A nutshell. So there's loads and loads of videos.
Don't you start
stuff.
dropping the T's now.
So there's loads and loads of videos out there, and seriously, if you get the opportunity, go and click on the links and watch as many Saxies as you possibly can. I got sucked into this today. I went to watch one and inadvertently watched 25.
789,432.
Yeah, a lot. And the only reason I stopped was I had things to do. Otherwise, I would still be here pressing, like, refresh. Give me another bloody video. I want to see all of them. Congratulations to anyone who managed to get their Saxy up. I know there were certain people who didn't manage to do so that have worked incredibly hard on them. I feel really bad for those people. But, like, Saxy is not the be and the end all of the world. And even if you don't win, then the fact that, like, your video exists and it's up on YouTube and people get the opportunity to appreciate it is wonderful. Yeah, I super want to know who's going to win now.
Me too.
So, KritzKast. we've been
We're a
going
show.
now for a while. Not just this show. Yeah. It feels like it, yeah. Not just 'cause I've had like 14 cups of coffee. Like, KritzKast has been on the air for like 8+ years. We have gone through everything. We've gone through a variety of hosts. We've gone through a number of interviews. And now that we're on episode 400, we finally figured that actually what we need to do is we need to start releasing our videos on YouTube. So that's what we're doing. The format is basically going to be the same, the same edited podcast that you're used to receiving on iTunes will just be delivered to a slightly different audience, or a larger audience base.
A slightly different, larger audience.
So yeah, one of them. But it's going to be up on YouTube, and since it's just an audio podcast, we figured we could use like the blank space that is no picture to display your pictures. So set up a page called KritzKast.com/yourart. If you want to submit artwork, each week we'll take like one piece that's been submitted to us, and that will be like the backdrop for the week.
Okay.
We figured that it's going to be a really good way to promote artists, Team Fortress 2 artists, SFM artists, people who make stuff and take photos of it, people who draw pictures, people who, I don't know, cut themselves and smear a picture of the heavy using their own blood, whatever.
Let's not encourage that one. Just throwing it out there.
If that happens, fantastic. But like, yeah, don't make that a thing. Yeah, whatever you do, however you express yourself in Team Fortress 2, so long as it can be captured in the format of 16:9, we want it. And we want to be able to share that with the world.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
I have nothing to add, unfortunately.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Woohoo! Okay. Someone who we could probably ask questions of, like, how do you do it, later after the show, is happily on the show with us today. ArraySeven, you're up there. I mean, there's I can count on my hand without using my thumb or my other hand, although I'm probably going to point to my fingers. So I can, anyway, there's only a very few people who've actually succeeded, like, in a real sense, doing Team Fortress 2 on YouTube. And by a real sense, I mean more than 100,000, more than 150. You're on like 170 or something at the moment.
171,590.
All thereabouts.
Yeah,
as we record
I have
this.
the live subscriber count.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun to watch the subs go down and then up 2 and then down 1 and then up 2 and then down 1.
It's like
man,
it's
not that
breathing.
bad. Like I've had the KritzKast page open for about a week, and it's gone up very slightly and then down again.
Yeah, it's what happens
right.
no matter what.
But like, you've been in this for 2 years now. I'm gonna try and say like August or something last year, or is it longer than that?
Actually, we can check to see the exact date that Array joined YouTube and started making a video. Let's see. Let's go to Video Manager
16th
here.
of April.
Say what?
2012.
Yeah, 16th of April 2012, I think. Newest
23 million views.
Yep, that's about right. Oh my
Well
god.
done.
Thank you.
That's actually a really big number.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that is a big number. I wish.
But
I wish that was
I
money.
went back and I watched many of your videos, and I don't think your videos go back to like April 2012. So did you start and then like totally stop and then like come back in as a new version of you?
Well, actually, I'm glad you teed me up for that, because that kind of goes into where ArraySeven started from to begin with. Because, like, for me, I draw a lot, right? Well, I used to. I don't do like traditional drawing anymore, but I used to draw a lot of robots back when I was like, 15, 14, something like that, right?
Hey, look, if
Right.
you're angling to be like the artwork for this week's episode, we could probably set you up for that.
Go nuts, man.
I actually have somebody who'd be more than willing to do any sort of artwork you would ever need in your life. But anyway,
You've got a guy.
yeah, no, actually, it's
Or
a girl.
girl.
I know a guy who knows a guy.
You're a person.
Exactly. Anyway, so so I kind of wanted to start a drawing channel, like a tutorial drawing channel about how to draw, like robots and stuff. It was kind of a bad idea looking back on it because I was terrible. But I started the whole ArraySeven thing, right? Now, originally, my name was going to be Death Bagel, right? But unfortunately, Death Bagel was already taken on YouTube, and me personally, yeah, I know, I know. How dare he? But since me, I don't believe in putting X's or numbers in your names, and I just find that super,
by the way.
Yeah, I find that super irritating, It's like, oh, you gotta go search Death Bagel on YouTube. Oh, is that the guy that's already on YouTube? No, it's the one with a 1 at the end of it, I hate that
Death
stuff,
Bagel
No, sorry, I'm XXX, capital X, Death Bagel
Chinese
420,
character.
smoke it, XXX,
Yeah.
lowercase x.
Yeah, you gotta put a Lenny face in there too. It's necessary.
Right.
Anyway, so I tried that, right? And I had like an intro set up, all this kind of stuff, and nothing came up of it. Like I was halfway through recording my first video, and I realized, oh my god, I am terrible. I am so bad. I am awful. And I said, you know what? Screw it. So that April 12th, I think, is when I actually joined YouTube. So lo and behold, I started playing TF2 in around 2009. Right now, I've been playing it for a while, and I saw this video from a guy named Steamy D on how to caber. Right. And it was just this really sarcastic video about, using the old caber, mind you, the one before they nerfed it, right? It's like cars from the 1950s that could hit a cow, run through a building, and smash through your neighbor's dog and yard in the same time, and have like nothing but a scratch. It's kind of like that thing. But like I saw the video and I was like, oh my god, I love this, and I was like,
I've got to ask, would you still love it now?
What, the video?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good video. Actually, I'll see if I can't find it. But the thing is, I was like, oh, I guess I'll do one of those myself, So I thought to myself, what could I do? Oh, well, I sent, like, this is back when the Pyro update came out, right? And they just released they just released Special Delivery and that Doomsday map. And for some reason, I was having a lot of fun just running around as a medic with the bone saw, like, killing people, Like, it's nothing outside of just running around as a soldier or, a scout or something like that. It was just kind of one of those gimmicks, right? And it's like, oh, okay, I'll make something out of that, And I just kind of started it from there. And that was October 17th, something like that. And that was that was the first video that I uploaded. And people liked it. I think I got like 17 subs from that. So I made more, obviously. And
So a couple of things about this video. It's like I told you I went through and watched like every video they'd ever done in preparation for this. Like two things very noticeable on that. One was that you weren't using like your super casual, like I'm a normal person talking. It was like you are using an amazing voice.
It's the amazing voice. ArraySeven's amazing voice. It's part of this. It's part of the videos.
In a world where ArraySeven ate a donkey or something.
That's the one.
Right.
And the other thing is recorded in classic 360p.
Yeah. Humble beginnings indeed. Because this is back when I didn't have my own computer. I used my parents' computer to play this game, right? So I couldn't really install anything, that was big. So I had to use stuff like Bandicam to record, something that like I could put on a jump drive, plug in, use, and then plug it, and then take it out. So that my dad wasn't like, oh, what the hell's all this shit on here? I'm a kid. Come on. And so very high def stuff. And actually, interesting thought, I use my iPod Touch 4th Gen to record audio. I'm dead serious about that.
What?
Yes, that is iPod Touch quality audio. I'm dead serious.
I mean, if it works.
Yeah, no, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, I actually didn't get an actual microphone until like 2 years later. But but from there, I first of all, that voice really strains my vocal cords. It's very angry.
Yeah.
It's very, very energetic. It's got a lot of crap in it. And people were like, "This is a great video," but I don't like the voice. You sound like you're about to kill yourself or something like that. I was like, and I was like,
it sounds like it's going to take too much effort to keep that going on that, which is true. It would
absolutely.
have done.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I did a stream one time, and I couldn't talk for days afterwards. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
So it went from that, and then I just kind of gradually eased it into, like, the regular voice, which what I'm hearing now, what you're hearing now. Oh, I dropped something. Sorry,
that was perfect.
I'm dorking with something that I have on my desk. I got like my desk's full of little knickknacks. I'm dorking with a little like vinyl figure of Paladin Dance. Anyway,
nice.
I kind of evolved into that, and then from there, like the first episode, I shouldn't say episode. The first video I made was the whole combat medic thing, right?
Yeah.
And
that was your shtick as well. I mean, that's
it was
throughout all of your videos until very, very recently. You've always been like combat medic, and it's almost infuriating seeing people play combat medic.
Yeah, as you could probably imagine, lately I
feel like a troller.
Yeah, but here's the thing: like I've tried to distance myself from that at least. Like I haven't done any sort of combat medic related thing since 2014, right? That was the last thing I did regarding combat medic, And the whole thing behind combat medic was it's just a different play style, And people hate it because they want the medics to heal them, right? Nobody talks shit about soldiers who are probably, just as worthless. Like it's a troll here,
they do. Yeah. They do talk shit about trollers.
No, I know, but but people glorify trollers, And people just trust me. You can see all the market gardening montages you want on YouTube. I guarantee.
Oh, no, it's a good point.
Yeah. Anyway, and I was like, well, why can't combat medic be a thing? And it just doesn't work. You're just being a dick if you're not healing anybody, and you're the only medic on the team, and you just happen to be syringe gun happy. And I've kind of tried to distance myself from that, and because it's just not what I do anymore.
Has it worked though? I mean, you've mentioned it like 6 times so far that you've tried to distance yourself from it. So I'm guessing that it's not working. Like there's a sense of knowledge that who you are is the medic. Like the all the fan art that I've seen of you is as medic, and like the association with you playing medic and doing melee damage. That's part of who you are. And
I suppose. Like I'm cool. I'm totally cool with me being like a medic and actually dealing damage, but I do also focus a lot more on being a legitimate medic than, Blutsauger medic, and like the whole thing differentiating me from, the medic I am now versus back then is really just the Uber Saw and crossbow now, and weirdly enough, I do seem to get the same amount of kills and I still manage to heal everybody and, do a decent job. Cause I mean, let's face it, the crossbow is just a savior for a lot of medics, but,
yeah, whenever I play medic, I play crossbow medic. It's great because you can do that damage and accidentally, inadvertently heal your teammates.
Yeah, it's like
and like just pass it off as like what you actually intended to do.
Exactly, die, douchebag. You hear the sound play. Well, I meant to do that. That whole thing, and it's kind of working to distance myself from the whole syringe gun stuff. It's kind of working. One of the last videos I did was, nobody likes a combat medic. And it was kind of just me pointing out that, hey, it's not me anymore. But the people who haven't watched me lately still associate me with that. So it's never going to stop, but
it's difficult as well because you're not pushing out videos. Well, okay, at the moment you sort of are pushing out videos once a week or once every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Which is great. Because people get to like experience you at different times in your evolution, and maybe people don't automatically consider you to be combat medic because if they've only just started watching you, then they'll think of you as being whatever you are now, whatever you showed yourself to be like last week or last month.
Yeah, exactly.
So maybe like constantly reminding people that you're not the person anymore is actually kind of constantly recreating the image in the mind that you were that person once. So maybe you still are that person. Just move beyond it. Go beyond it.
Yeah. No, I know. And like while I do, deep down, I kind of still enjoy playing that whole combat medic thing, right? But I enjoy playing legitimate medic more just because I make so much more of a difference, And plus, to begin with, medic's the only thing I'm good at anyway, so I might as well just, actually do something worthwhile with it.
People love medics. People love, other people assisting them to be better than everyone else on the field.
Yeah, see, to me, I see the medic as the drummer in a band, The drummer plays such a critical role, but he doesn't get nearly as much attention. He doesn't get nearly as much, like action and...
Unless we're talking progressive rock.
Yeah, that too, but he's kind of like the drummer, but everybody needs a drummer. Everybody, there's very few bands out there that can survive or sound good without having a drummer. I'm sure there's plenty of singles out there, but percussion is a part of music, and that's kind of how I see the medic. And it's good too because nobody plays medic. Nobody. Every time I join a server, the little number above the medic is always 0. Nobody's playing medic, and it's so nice. It's so nice, And TF2 Center, nobody likes playing medic. Nobody likes playing. Everyone wants spy, soldier, sniper.
I love playing medic, except on TF2 Center.
Why is that?
Because people have an expectation that if you're playing medic, you're playing good medic. You know what you're doing. You can kind of get away with being a slightly sloppy scout or a slightly shitty soldier because there's another one of you playing that can rescue the team. Yeah. But you're the linchpin. You have to be excellent. So if you're putting yourself forward as being medic, it's you can't be shit. You can't learn to be medic. Excellent medics aren't bred. They're born that way, which is such bullshit.
I briefly thought you meant they weren't the food stuff.
Yes, that's what I thought.
They're not bred. They're baloney. Wait.
They're not bread.
They're scones.
They're not rye. They're not sourdough.
Right. Okay. Taking a step back for a moment, in fact, all the way back to the conversation you started with, the Death Bagel. You ended up being ArraySeven. Is it well known why you're ArraySeven?
Actually, the fact that I'm ArraySeven, that was about a 10-minute decision. Seriously, because for me, I love usernames. I really like making usernames, and it's one of my favorite things ever. I am known by completely different things on all sorts of different platforms, and I like it. I really do. But I was sitting there, I typed in Death Bagel. Sorry, Death Bagel's already taken. I'm like, God damn it! So I think, what words do I really like? So I typed just a list of all the words that I liked. I liked Array, I like Metro, I like Ink, I like Malice, just fun words, Episcopalian or moist, just fun words to say.
Moist.
Yeah, moist is fun.
I love moist. There should be more moist out there.
Moist and delicious.
Moist, throbbing, thrust.
Do you know what? I watch a lot more Moose Elk if he was called Moist Elk.
Moist Elk. Oh my god.
Moist Elk. Actually,
I don't know.
Take that back entirely because that could be a different show.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
Anyway, the whole thing with I just decided Array, and then my lucky number is 27, so I just took the latter half of that, so it's ArraySeven, right? And I was like, you know what? That's a unique enough name. It's recognizable. Nobody else has it. Nobody else uses it. Nobody can get it confused. So I just used it.
Right.
and on the topic of a unique name that nobody else uses. Now, while nobody else uses it, it's not the only YouTube and me is not the only place you see that, because apparently people in JavaScript type a lot of arrays, even if this stuff, and you have no idea how hard it took me to become more popular than the words that said arrays even.
What?
It took me forever. It wasn't until I got about 100 subs
Google
that I finally got over it. Yeah.
Syntax. Great.
God damn. That's gotta hurt though.
It's funny. No, it's looking back on that, and I'm kind of like, wow, that's humbling. It really is.
So now you are more popular than a line of JavaScript.
Yeah, thank God.
What does that actually mean for you? I mean, we had Timo on and Ranch on a couple of weeks back, And Timo's doing exceptionally well. He's got like 7,000 subscribers. So yay,
both are good YouTubers.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I almost like I want to bunch them all together. In fact, I want to a whole bunch of YouTubers together. Grizzly Bay, for example,
got the lovely bunch of YouTubers.
Brilliant. You just squeeze them all together. But no, there's a whole bunch of like TF2 YouTubers out there that have like some measure of success. They're doing relatively well within their own fields, and they're super like excited about Team Fortress 2, and they just want to pile all of that energy into making Team Fortress 2 as amazing as it possibly can be. But they're nowhere near as popular or as like subscriber rich as you are. What does that actually mean for you? And are you staying with Team Fortress 2? Is the $64,000 question.
Well, I'd first like to admit something. No one with my skills or intellect should ever be this popular. Seriously, it never should have happened. I don't know how it did, and I really have no idea why, but it kind of happens. There's no controlling it. There's no predicting it. It just does. And, like the whole time, you make you make videos, right? And this is a hobby to you. This is a hobby, you're just like, oh, I'm going to do what I like. I'm going to do all this kind of stuff, and the more subscribers you get, the more it seems like a job, now, like I make a little bit of money off of YouTube, right? It's not a substantial amount, but it'll buy me a new pair of headphones once in a while, right? But,
nice.
But you have to kind of keep that up. You don't realize that when you're that size, it's easier for people to disassociate from you. It's easier for people to say, oh, I don't watch him anymore. He's getting kind of watered down or whatever, because when you get popular, people are like, oh, he's crap now, because they want to be hipsters and everything like that. But you kind of have to.
I never liked it in the first place. You were subscribed from day one.
Exactly. And all of these, and the subscribers that subscribe to you recently, right? When they might like a video that you just made, you have to keep up that standard, Right. And keeping up that standard is hard work. It really is, And I'm not complaining about, oh, YouTuber is so difficult. Like, it's not. I'm enjoying it. I really am. But, there's a lot more of there's a lot more of methodology put into it, because you have to consider, what is going to be the most. What's going to be the most, like, exciting to watch, what's going to be the most informative, or what are people going to take away from a video, and what's going to be entertaining. You have to think about all of that kind of stuff, and the more people you have to please, the more difficult that question gets, I'd like to point out one of my favorite YouTubers right now, Xenomite, who is also a medic main. I'm not sure if you guys have had him on, but I'd recommend it. He makes videos that are really crude. I'm not saying crude like poorly animated or anything like that, but crude is in the content. He's just saying how, oh, he hates
stick. That's right.
No, not crude. Not like crude. I don't think crude is the right word for that. But
basic.
Yeah, blatant is probably a good word for that. And
not subtle.
And Xenomite has about 11,000 subs right now, right? And
okay,
the reason he can get away with saying things like, oh, soldiers are stupid, they're just fanboys, all that kind of stuff. It's because he doesn't have as many people to please. And the people who are jumping into his channel now, right, are jumping in because of that content.
Right.
Now, someone like me, there's a lot of people that have been subbed for a long time. And as a result, I kind of have to keep the same, like, theme, the same topic, the same everything, and if I need to change it, if I want to change anything, I really have to ease it, because if I make any changes, people are going to say, oh, I liked you better back when you weren't an asshole, and and they'll leave,
It's too late. I've already changed. I'm an asshole now. Live with it.
I'm a dick. No, you're kind of focused with keeping those same subs. I mean, whether it's for monetary value or not, or something like that, you become more and more afraid of losing subscribers. I know people like Uncle Dane who just do what they do, and people like that. But for people like me, I constantly try to, like, evolve as a content creator. I constantly try to evolve, and unfortunately, people don't like evolution. They don't, because for me, I kind of have to adapt to the times. You kind of have to keep things moving and keep things fresh and worth watching. And it gets difficult when the things that you used to do no longer really work that well. Do you know what I mean? Because the more and more you gain in popularity, the more and more you're worried about losing subscribers. Because it's kind of like a rich man. It's like, I want my money. I want all my money. All my subscribers. I want all my subscribers.
Give it.
And and it just gets difficult on you to actually come up with stuff to make that still lives up to the standards that people have subscribed to you for. Just that whole reason. So for me, I've just kind of been blundering
take
through
it.
So.
I mean, are you staying with Team Fortress 2?
Yes.
Yay, cool.
Absolutely.
Cool.
See,
that's the answer.
No,
the thing is that I don't want to hold you to that. I don't want to say to you that you can't do anything else, because for one thing, it's not my place to do so. Like, I have you're not beholden to me in any way. But also because, like playing other games is natural. It's part of the progressive. Yeah. Like, people do play other games, enjoy other games, and make the best out of other games. But they'll always come back to Team Fortress 2. They will always come back to Team Fortress 2 is the great come back to game.
Oh, yeah.
Like, go off and do your own thing
it's the
and come back to Team Fortress 2.
Yeah, I'll always come back to TF2. I always have. I play other games, like I've mentioned Fallout a couple times. I like Kerbal Space Program. It's just stuff that I played. It's just, I know, it's a good one. It's just stuff that I play, and I'm always going to stick with TF2 because, I've been playing since 2009, okay? This is going to sound sad as hell, but a lot of my best memories with friends, LAN or not, have been through TF2. Just some of my favorite moments. And, there's a whole, there's just whole history between me and that game, and I'm not going to stop. I'm going to be playing till the last server closes. I guarantee you that much, because I love this game and I stick with it.
For KritzKast is that as long as there's Team Fortress 2, there will be KritzKast. And that's a personal promise. I mean, I love this game, and having so many of my friends leave and go off to other games is a little bit heartbreaking, but this sounds really sad. I don't care. Because I'll see them when they come back, for one. And for two, while they're away, I get to play more Team Fortress 2. It's a win-win. Anyway, love of Team Fortress 2 to one side. Array, it's been wonderful having you on. I think we're kind of at that stage now where I need to ask the immortal question.
Who of us is immortal? I know it's not me.
Name the immortal. We kind of...
Pontifex iridescent.
We get our guests now to choose Player of the Week. And we did ask you this, admittedly only about an hour ago. But who amongst you and your friends and the people that you are aware of, it's a very difficult month to do this actually because Saxes and all that kind of stuff, but who would you like to award as this week's Player of the Week?
I would like to nominate ENV.Sidular, who is my leader for my Forest team.
How do you spell that?
ENV.SIDULAR. He has no sound after it with brackets. He's the leader of my Forest team, and he's also leader of an ESEA, Highlander, and Sixes team, UGC Sixes, Highlander, all that stuff. Now this guy puts a hell of a lot of work into it. Okay, he has to deal. He's lower level, so there's a lot of crap he has to deal with. People getting butthurt, people are non-committing to the team. People don't have money to buy into ESEA, so he has to put up with a lot of bull. So I think if anyone deserves it, just because of how much he puts up with, it's him, because he seriously does that. And on top of that, he himself is starting a new TF2 league to kind of capitalize on the fact that Fours and ESEA really don't quite hold up to his standards. And his league is called TFCL, which I'm curious to see how well this turns out, actually.
Cool.
Well, do you know what? We did leave it up to you. It was a bad choice, but never mind. No, it's fine. We left it up to you.
You failed. Get off the show.
You made your choice. ENV Sidula?
Yes, it's in the notes at the bottom.
Excellent. Cool. Congratulations, sir. You are this week's Player of the Week. ArraySeven, it's been wonderful having you on.
It's been wonderful being on.
Like hearing the story of ArraySeven, it's like one of the amazing opportunities that's come to us as a podcast is the ability to kind of reach out there into the ethersphere and pull down these heroes of Team Fortress 2.
That's not a word.
It is pull down these heroes of Team Fortress 2 and put them on a spot and ask them difficult questions. What difficult question did we not ask you?
When's the last time you pooped?
Actually, 20 minutes ago. Like
during the show.
Yes, I actually have wireless headphones, and I think there's a silence where I muted my microphone to do what I had to do. And look, you guys thought I was kidding when I said when pajamas come on, work gets done, right? You thought I was kidding. No. Like, not even going to the bathroom is going to stop me from getting my stuff done.
Right. So, thank you very much for listening, and you are welcome to, if you so wish, give us a thumb in the positive direction, or share us, or subscribe to us. Do all those YouTube-y type things if you want to, if you're listening to it on YouTube. And if you're not, then don't, because you can't. Anyway, ArraySeven, thank you very much for being on the show. How do people get hold of you? Do they YouTube you, or are you on Twitter, or what's the thing?
Just Google ArraySeven, or you can go to YouTube and type in TF2 Medic. I guarantee you'd be able to find me in there somewhere. There's a lot of stuff that I've done with Medic, and yeah, I'm kind of one of the few YouTube medics out there outside of Slin and Xenomite. So I mean, I'm one of them.
I've just done it, and it's the first result.
Woo, that's what I'm talking about.
Damn, son,
I'll take it.
You have arrived. All right, well, thank you very much, and whatever you're doing this evening, Array, please look behind you before pooping.
But there's a wall behind me. Why do I have to look behind me before?
The wall's going to stab you.
Don't trust no one, not even your toilet water.
Not even inanimate objects. That's when you really know it's gotten bad.
But real quick, though, there is someone I'd like to give a shout-out to. I'd like to give a shout-out to my friend Wave Robin, as a matter of fact, who is one of the upcoming TF2 artists who is actually in the process of creating one of the new TF2 comics. Now, we haven't had one in a while, but right now she's actually in the process of referencing everything, getting the style down, and is indeed starting to storyboard everything and getting things down. So maybe we'll finally have another TF2 comic out, and she's gotten, I'm not going to lie, she's actually gotten contact from some of the original artists, and is having a great time doing it.
What?
Yeah.
Nice.
Heavy stuff.
Congrats to her. Cool.
So when you get a chance, check her out.
Have a wonderful evening, everyone, and sweet dreams.
Bye.
Good night, Kevin.
That was KritzKast.